Hey guys, Fikod here, and today's video is a shorter video. I guess you class it as a bite-sized video on a few exotics which I think need improving in Destiny right now. Now we're getting the meta change soon, so maybe we'll see a few buffs to a few of these exotics, but some of them are bigger changes, not necessarily fixed, just things I think would make them more exotic. And if you like this form of short content, like and obviously subscribe for more Destiny content. So the first exotic up is Dreg's Promise. Now this exotic for me is really unique. I really like it. I've always, since Destiny came out, thought it'd be really cool. Like in Halo, you can pick up the enemy's weapons, and I thought always having like a darkness weapon type would be really cool. But for this exotic, as you can see, the perk on screen, when you there's a chance that when you melee attack an enemy, it will refill your magazine. Now this is really cool for me because it kind of gets you to sort of play a bit like a Dreg. But what I think would make this weapon a little more exotic is to maybe have the knife on you as well, so you have two weapons in your hand, maybe to feel a bit more like a Dreg. But personally, I think this weapon isn't really good enough at the moment to be viable, and isn't really cool enough to be warrant using all the time. Now next up is Boolean Gemini. This is the forgotten exotic, and in my opinion I love it because the quest chain to get this weapon I think is brilliant. But in my opinion, again, this exotic just isn't good enough to be used for any serious endgame activities like the raid or trials. It just really isn't good enough. It has two exotic perks called One Way and the second perk is called Or Another. Now One Way gives you bonus agility on precision kills, as you'll see in the gameplay, the agility boost on the left there, and this can stack up to 3 times, which you'll also see in the gameplay. So I'll just wait for that to come on. So as you can see, it can stack up to 3 times. I think it's a really good perk for running and gunning. But in my opinion, for something like the raid, when you're fighting Siva, and when you get precision kills, they launch that thing, I'd have Or Another on, which is bonus armor for non-precision kills, and I think this would make the raid easier. But personally, I just think the exotic needs something more about it. It's not too far from a legendary. I mean, those perks really aren't significant enough for, warrant using it in anything serious. Next is Hereafter. Definitely one of the coolest looking exotics in Destiny, in my opinion. Personally, again, it's a common theme with these exotics. It's just not good enough. It's not as good as half the legendary snipers in the game. 1,000 yard and LDR is better, and it's also nowhere near as good as the other exotic snipers in the game. Its main exotic perk, the Hereafter, just for me isn't really worth it because it zooms in too far anyway, so it's hard to use this in PvP. It's good if you want a challenge, but the other perk, Blinding Light, again, for a long range sniper, is kind of stupid because precision kills with this weapon have a chance to cause a bright flash that can blind nearby enemies. And when you're using a long range sniper like this, why would you want to blind enemies near you? I think maybe change it to more of like a Firefly perk where it blows up the enemy that you shoot and blinds enemies around it. That'd be a better perk in my opinion. Next up is Hardlight. Now in my opinion, again, this is a really cool exotic. Now, I actually really love this exotic. It's kind of Borderlands-y in the way it's kind of manic, and I want to see more weapons like this in Destiny, if I'm honest. It is very tricky to use. The aim's hard, and at the moment with this meta, hopefully the meta changes will change this. Its time to kill is too low, and it's actually really hard to aim. And again, the time to kill being so long, you're seeing clips now, results in a lot of kill chaining. I think to fix this, maybe give it like an inbuilt high caliber rounds to increase the flinch, and in PvE it just doesn't do enough damage to warrant using it, no matter how cool it is. Now I want to thank you guys for watching the video. I have a few honourable mentions coming in a second, but if you could drop a like for watching it this far in, that'd be really nice. So the honourable mentions. First up, we have No Time to Explain, modelled off the weapon we received at the end of the main story, which I thought was really cool, a bit nostalgic to go on. Has a really cool quest, but personally this weapon isn't unusable. It's easy, well, not easy to do well in most activities, a pretty easy gun to use, but personally it's just not good enough in PvP with the way the meta is at the moment to use, and in PvE it isn't good enough, and I think this weapon should be more of a PvE centric weapon and maybe feature a chain arc damage feature. And next up's the First Curse. You could call it the ugly sort of stepsister or stepbrother to the Last Word. This weapon is actually very good if you get to learn how to use it, and I like the learning curve on it, but again, I think maybe this needs sort of explosive rounds built in, maybe make it feel a little more meaty. Now Zala Supercell, for PvP, it definitely needs an upgrade. I think maybe a perk where when getting precision kills you reload faster, something like that, to go along with the perk that the longer you shoot, the more accurate it gets. Maybe make it feel a little more run and gun style, go on mad killing sprees. Just make it a little more viable than anything but arc burn PvE. The next exotic on the list is No Land Beyond. Now, it's actually doing really well in PvP because of its lack of flinch to high caliber rounds, but in PvE it's doing absolutely awful. It's just useless. It runs out of ammo really fast, doesn't do enough damage. Maybe an exotic perk they could give it has increased major and ultra damage, so it's actually viable in the raid and PvE. Next is the Mida multi-tool. Now, I do actually love this exotic, but at the moment, in my opinion, it feels a little bit legendary. It doesn't feel too exotic, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't know how to fix this, as I'm not a game designer, but maybe like a perk where every 5th bullet just explodes. Just something to make this gun a little more cool and out there. Now, the last word, I absolutely adore this gun, probably my favourite gun in Destiny. It's always been good throughout Destiny. It has a learning curve, but in my opinion, the changes they made to nerf the accuracy and the aim assist didn't need to happen. In my opinion, just removing the complete use of ADS, just so the weapon doesn't have an aim down sight function, and you have to shoot it from the hip, would just improve the weapon. It's designed to be used like that anyway, and you didn't need to remove the accuracy bonuses or anything like that. And I think having it only be able to fire from the hip would make it seem more exotic, more out there, and definitely differentiate it from using other hand cannons in the game. Now, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Like and subscribe for more Destiny content. I upload regularly on this channel, or semi-regularly at the moment. It'll get more regular as content is less dry. But look at some of the links in the description, some cool videos I think you'll enjoy, and follow me in all forms of social media. They're also linked in the description, so you can be updated on the Destiny universe and when I'm uploading. So once again, thank you for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.